Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem and our little game of Fallout. My name is Michelle, I'll be the overseer. In that direction, we have Jordan. In that direction, we have Catherine. In that direction, we have Tim. And in that direction, we have Lavaita. Too many names. Everyone's got too many names. I'm calling it now. How's everyone this evening?
Fine and dandy.
Good, thank you.
If that's the case, then we can just jump straight into the game. Is that cool with everyone?
Yeah.
Are we audible on stream? Can anyone confirm?
That's a good point. We should check and see if people can hear us.
I hear Michelle. I hear myself.
Hello.
Canst thou hear me? Oh, I heard myself.
Yep, I
The
heard
other
everyone.
boys?
I think we're good. Let's go.
Hey, no audio problems like we had last night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, so let us begin. So obviously our story is taking place in late May 2283, and you have all been preparing to leave your home of Edinburgh to go on a vital mission. Last time you were going around town, saying your goodbyes to the people that you love or the people that you tolerate, and you're going to be gone for quite a while. Augusta has gathered the water for the journey while saying goodbye to her mentor and friend Zebedee. Jade, the town's doctor, checked in with his patients, introducing two of them and hoping that they can help each other whilst he is away. And Freddie collected the town supply of bottle caps and had a deal with the fallout of him having to leave his family behind. But there is one more member of this group who we haven't met yet. And that is where we will start many months before Edinburgh exists. So deep in the Commonwealth wasteland, north of what used to be Boston, stands what used to be the Seven Brothers Chapel. It's a miracle that this building survived. The town of Seven Brothers still lies in the form of rubble all around the chapel, its existence as a town long forgotten. For months, members of the Sisterhood of Pain have paused their usual practice of torturing themselves and their captives in an attempt to please the screaming god and avert another nuclear apocalypse. Religious freedom, that's all I'm saying. People are free to worship whoever they like. Even a god called the Screaming God, apparently. And instead of torturing people, they have used themselves and their captives to build a church. The first church of the Sisterhood of Pain. Now, the slaves that they have used have been compelled to do some building and construction, thanks to what the Sisterhood have called their compliance collars, which are exactly as they sound. They are collars around a person's neck that can explode a bit if somebody so chose to activate that. So under threat of exploding heads, various people have been captured and made to build a beautiful and horrifying church of pleasure and pain in the middle of the wasteland. A wall of junk cars surrounds the new church, and inside the chapel has been extended, reinforced, and filled with the Sisterhood of Pain's various horrific toys and contraptions. The slaves are kept below ground. What used to be where the chapel held Alcoholics Anonymous meetings has now become a prison. There are about 20 wastelanders split between the three cages, but in the fourth cage sits only one person, a super mutant, who admittedly has done most of the heavy lifting to make this place what it is. Jordan, can you please describe your character?
Yes. Roman Holiday would be this obviously very well-built, green-skinned super mutant, around 6 or 7 feet tall, and strangely enough, unlike most super mutants, has hair. Now, if one were to look closely, they would definitely see that it is in fact a perm. but you'd have to be looking extra close for that.
Okay, a hairy super mutant. That is new, and I love it. So, Roman, you have done most of the work to build this place, but during that time, the other slaves have stayed away from you because you are a super mutant, hair or not. They know of your kind mostly as responsible for someone they like's death at some point, so it is a bit of racism, but it also happens to be kind of true. Super mutants tend to be dangerous. So you aren't surprised that they've kept away from you. You started out in California 120 years ago, but after the Master fell, you began your journey east. 6 months ago, you were wandering the Commonwealth wasteland and were caught in an electrified net trap. Ever since then, you have been a slave of the Sisterhood of Pain, under the threat of your compliance collar that is around your neck right now, with a little light blinking every 3 seconds that signals that it is on and still very dangerous to your health. Sitting outside your cage is the Sisterhood member whose job it is to look after the prisoners. His name is Stupid Jim. You can guess how he got that name. Upstairs you can hear the various moans of pleasure and screams of pain that have become the general soundtrack of your life.
Sometimes a mixture of both.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is the Sisterhood of Pain. You don't understand a lot of what you've seen, but you know enough that you want no part of it, probably. So yeah, and Stupid Jim is sat there outside your cage. He's quite agitated. What would you like to do?
I guess I'm gonna see what dumbass Jim wants of me today for my chores. My daily duties.
So Stupid Jim just says to you, "What do you mean you've done for the day?"
Oh, I'm ignoring
I mean, we don't know what else to do with you at this point. We've built everything.
Well then, what the fuck do you want from me? Are you gonna keep me here? You gonna let me go? The fuck you want?
Well, what do you want?
I mean,
He
I
looks
wouldn't
pretty
mind my
earnestly
freedom.
at you. Like, he's not got a lot going on upstairs, if that wasn't obvious.
Look, Jim. I've been here a hot minute. I've been your pack mule for at this point I can't remember how long. My brain's a little mush from all the shit you've had me pulling. I'd like a little bit of freedom.
Well, I can ask. Do you want me to go upstairs and
really-
ask?
You really think the head bitches up there would give me any of that?
Well, you know, everyone here wants to be here, right?
They do. I'm not exactly into this whole pleasure and pain and a mixture of that.
Well, I'll go and ask. I'll see if they can let you go. 1 second, I'll be back. So Stupid Jim just walks upstairs. He's gone for about a minute. You hear faintly in the distance the sound of laughter, and then something that sounds like something hitting flesh very hard. Stupid Jim returns downstairs. Stupid Jim comes back downstairs and he is bleeding from his nose. And he just says, "No, they don't want you to go yet."
Roman's holding back very uproarious laughter. I kind of guessed that.
Well, maybe we'll ask again tomorrow, yeah? Maybe we'll let you go tomorrow.
I seriously doubt that. I ain't ever getting out of here, Jim. But seeing you with a bloody nose kind of made the rest of my day.
Well, I'm pleased that I could do that for you. I mean, honestly, it's been weeks since anybody hit me around here, and it's. I don't know how to make it up to the screaming gods if I don't suffer, and I'm not suffering here. They don't involve me in the suffering anymore.
Well, I guess if there ain't jack shit for me to do right now, I'll either go to my cell or I'll go to the anger management meetings.
You're currently sat in your cage.
I bet.
Sorry, maybe I wasn't that clear. You are basically
No,
you're
you
sat
were.
in your
I'm
cage.
just out of it.
So, you talk a bit more with Stupid Jim. He offers you some of his food. Like, as jailers go, he's pretty alright. Like, he could be a lot worse. Eventually, a couple of other Sisterhood of Pain people come down the stairs, and they have a couple of people with them. A couple of people in what you recognize as vault suits. They walk up to Stupid Jim and say, Stupid Jim, we have some more people. Do you have room? Stupid Jim's like, well, not really. All the other cages are full. We've only got some room in Roman's cage. And the other Sisterhood of Pain people smile and say, that'll do. Just make sure that fucking thing doesn't eat them. We got plans for these two. And they open the cage door and throw in 2 new people. They look at you and they don't know what to make of you. What do?
Well, don't you look mighty tasty fresh meat?
How? What? What?
I'm kidding. I'm Roman. How you guys?
That's a really bad joke, Roman. I mean, under the circumstances, that's a terrible thing to say.
I mean, yes, you're not wrong. But in this place, you kind of get what you can get in terms of humor and things that cheer you up.
So there's one of them that's got light hair and he's younger, say in his 20s, and there's one guy who's got dark hair and he looks like to be in his 40s. Like, as best as you can judge human years, because you are a super mutant that is centuries old at this point, but that's a rough guess. So the one with dark hair says, Carl, chill the fuck out for a second, alright? My name's David, Roman. Nice to meet you. You appear to be a slave here, as we are now, apparently. If I were to tell you that there may be a chance for you to get out of here very shortly, what would you say to that?
I'd say you just made a damn good friend. If those words are true.
The blonde-haired one says, well, that depends, because, he looks around at Stupid Jim, and Stupid Jim's there just picking his nose, and then gets his finger stuck, and so he's there like...
He couldn't find a fucking needle in a haystack. Say whatever the fuck you want.
So the blonde-haired one says, well, I mean, the plan was that we were going to raid this place to find some information about something we're looking for. And me and David here were scouting ahead. But we scouted too far ahead, it would seem. And now here we are.
Got yourself in a pickle, ain't you?
A little bit, yeah. But I mean, we're hoping that the rest of our group will carry out the plan. Which means that at some point, there's going to be a very loud bang. Then hopefully our compliance collars will stop working. And then we should be able to get out of here. What do you say?
Well, before I go along with anything, I need all the details you can give me. What exactly are you looking for?
There's a massive explosion in the distance, and suddenly you notice that your compliance collar has stopped blinking. David said, too late for that. We're out of here, alright? Can you smash this cage open? You're strong.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Alright.
Can I rip my collar off?
Yes. I mean, you can try.
Okay. Give me a second. I gotta plug up my mouse.
Classic GM sentence. You can try.
So yeah, to rip off your collar, you don't need to make a roll for that. It's a very small thing, and you're a super mutant who's very strong. So if you want to rip off your collar, you can absolutely rip off your collar.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just rip off the collar and toss it to the side. And then I'm assuming to break down the gate, I would have to roll for that.
Yes, if you can give me a... Oh wait, I had it on my notes. Strength athletics check, difficulty 1.
Okay. I wasn't able to set a difficulty, but...
Oh no, that's just a... You need to get 1 success, that's basically what that means.
Okay, well, I've got 2 successes, so...
So you lean back, fist straight forward. The door flies and lands on stupid Jim, who you just hear go like, "Aye!"
You're right there, Jim.
Why do you do that, man?
Well, we're getting the fuck out of here. And I know this ain't exactly your scene, and you've been kind of kind to me a little bit. So, how would you like your life to be fucking saved?
What do you mean?
I mean, come with me.
I would, Roman, but this is my home, and also I think you've kind of broken my spine.
I mean, that wasn't exactly on purpose. You shouldn't have been standing right in front of the door anyways. But if you insist, we could probably find some way to either drag you with us or just tie you to my back.
Honestly, Roman, I think it's best if you've got your freedom, and I live here. And I don't know why you want to take me away from my home, but
All these
please
prisoners are
don't.
going to escape and your masters are going to hate you. They're probably going to hurt you very badly.
You think they will hurt me?
More than just that bloody nose, yes.
Oh! Thank you, Screaming God. Thank you, Screaming God. It's finally going to happen. They're going to involve me in their games.
Never
At this
mind.
point, he's pretty much just starts ranting to himself and praying to the Screaming God, and basically being a bit of a mess, probably due to blood loss. That he's not going to make any more sense at this point. So, yeah.
Does he look like he'll eventually bleed out?
I mean, it's quite possible, but he is he is a sister of the Sisterhood of Pain, so he knows how to take punishment. Although, if you want to give a medicine check to really work things out, you can. That would be intelligence medicine.
I have no ranks in that, but I mean, it's worth a shot. That's 1 success.
Okay, he is bleeding. He doesn't appear to have any broken bones that you know of, and that's basically all you're going to get with 1 success.
Okay.
But Carl
So
and
he doesn't
David
like-
come up behind you just like, we gotta go. Why are you talking to your jailer? Leave him, fuck him, let's get out of here.
Well, he may be a masochistic little shit, but he wasn't that bad. But yes, we'll just leave him. Roman says as he walks on the door to get out.
Oh! Ah! Yes! Oh! Thank you! Oh! Thank you!
Make
you
sure
start-
to put all of his weight into each step.
Ah,
He's
I
going
love
to
it.
follow you just for that.
I was hoping he would get crushed just for that, but I mean, either way works, I guess.
So, we're going to move on now,
Yeah.
as now we're going to move more to the present. So, essentially, what happens is you escape with David and Carl, and a great adventure begins for you, where you join this whole group of people in a hunt for a thing called the Gek that you've never heard of before. Eventually, you find the Gek, a lot of people die, and you walk with the people that survived, and you start the town of Edinburgh. So, as a montage, it's a bit much. There's a lot of explosions, a lot of running, and a lot of you beating the shit out of people. So, Roman, today, you are the head of security for the town of Edinburgh, and you usually like to spend your lunch hour at the bar where David and Carl work and maintain. But today, you spent your lunch hour at an emergency council meeting where you learned that the town's fabricator is out of action. You have volunteered to join the group, made up of Jade, Freddie, and Augusta, that will go out into the wasteland to seek out a replacement part called the God Board. You have just left this meeting, and Freddie, Augusta, and Jade have gone to gear up for the coming journey. You have some time to yourself to say goodbye to the people you know and love, before heading over to security to give your final orders to your troops. Not troops. Officers? I don't know. It's not exactly a formalised police you've got going on. Very much wasteland justice kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, at some point you plan to head to security to give some last orders, but you've got the run of the town. On Roll20, you should be able to see a map of Edinburgh. Let me just do another share of it.
Yeah, I was about to say it's still dark for me.
Oh, this should come up in your library.
Ah, there we are.
So I'm gonna transition so everybody can see the map. So, yeah, where would you like to go in town?
So I've already given the little briefing, and I spent my lunch hour.
Well, you usually like to spend your lunch hour at the bar.
But I spent it at the council meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they did say that the fabricator had exploded, so I'm going to go and check that.
Okay, so you head over to the utilities. You walk in and you see Zebedee there. I don't know if you watched the first 2 episodes, but Zebedee's basically a ghoul who maintains utilities. You've known her, quite kind of well. You've seen her at parties. You've never seen her at a council meeting before today. This is the first council meeting she's actually bothered to turn up to that you know of. So she's just there tinkering away at... She's in the water purifier part when she's tinkering away at a sink and filling up massive bottles with water and just says, "Roman, how you doing?"
Hey, Zeb. It was nice seeing you at the council meeting for once.
Oh, don't you fucking start. Like you're supposed to be some kind of wasteland justice guy, right? That's your thing. I thought you'd respect rule breaking.
I mean, I do. It was just nice to see you participating in the council meetings. Really getting involved,
Okay, so you were being sincere. See, I interpreted what you were saying as you making some kind of point about how I should be at council meetings when I'm not. But what you were actually doing was being very sincere in saying that you were actually happy to see me.
I mean, yeah, a little bit of half and half, really.
Fair enough. Well, look, it's going to take me a while to fill up these water bottles. I have a feeling that Augusta's going to be picking these up in a bit. So, what can I do you for?
Well, I don't exactly know what you can do me for, but I was trying to come and look at the fabricator. I'm not much of a technical guy, but it never hurts to check out potential security threats.
Well, okay, but there's not really a lot to look at because it's not really working at the moment. But let's go have a look. So she grabs you by your big, fat, super mutant hand, and she wheels herself and dragging you into the fabricator room. And what you see is there's burn marks on the walls because there was a fire. But the computer is up and running. The fabricator itself... So what you can see is you can see a computer. You can see 2 metal boxes with doors on. One box is obviously where raw materials would go in. One box is one where the final product would come out. And behind that, there are 6 processing centers, these big metal boxes, about the same size as you, just covered in blinking lights. But the lights aren't on at the moment. Right now, the only thing that's on in the room is the computer. And she just says, well, at this point, all the computer's good for is if you've got any holotape games.
I don't really. Wasn't much of a game guy. But maybe there's something inside the fabricator we might have missed.
I mean, you're welcome to have a look, but me and Augusta went through it pretty thoroughly. She's currently got the thing we found in there. Did you have any luck figuring out who put it there?
No. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
No, neither did we. We were talking about it, and we were thinking about the case, and we realised that the only suspects that you could possibly have would be me and Augusta. But we are also the people that removed it, which means that we would be the worst suspects. Can anyone else hear a helicopter? Okay, that was weird. I don't know what that was. It didn't come up on any of my little things on OBS, so I have no idea where that came from. Jordan?
I think it might be Jordan's audio.
Yep. I think it is.
It's not that you're muted, it's just really choppy.
Yeah, it sounds like occasionally you're chipmunking, and it sounds like you're a helicopter some other times. That's really strange. I don't know how you would even fix that.
Log off, log back. Okay.
There we
We'll be
go.
back.
That's 99% of things. So, okay. We're doing okay for time.
Can we hear him?
No? Weird? What?
Oh, you're back.
That's better. That's so
Yeah.
much better. Okay. Let's get back into the scene. So, at that point, a ghoul enters wearing head-to-toe leather. It's got a cigarette poking out of her face. This is Geraldine. You okay there, Jordan?
Well,
Oh, now
there's
you-
no sound.
Muted?
Now you're muted.
There's... It don't show muted, but there is no sound.
Is that better? Can you hear
There
me?
we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see
Yeah,
Geraldine.
no, for like the whole minute, every one of you and every sound in my computer I could hear everything, but it was staticky. It was weird. I had to unplug and replug in my mic.
Well, it seems you fixed it.
Yeah, it was very terrifying. But yes, I see Geraldine. What about Geraldine?
So Geraldine's looking around, and then she spots you and just walks up to you and just goes, "Ugh." Now, you've worked with Geraldine for months at this point. You've been on the road with her for months. So you have roughly about a 50% shot of working out what her grunts mean at any one point. So can you give me a perception speech roll?
Oh, no. Hey, at least I put 1 in speech. Never mind, it didn't help me. That's a 0.
Okay, you have no idea what she's saying. She looks at you again, this time with a brow furrow, just like, ugh.
Okay. Geraldine, normally I have half a chance to understand what you mean, but this time I have no idea. But I'm going to assume that there's something that you want from me, or you want me to follow you.
Ah! And she grabs your arm and pulls on it.
All right, I'm coming.
So she's got hold of your arm and she walks you out and drags you over to security, where... Ooh, notes time.
And not in that way either.
So you enter security. This is basically where you spend most of your time. It's a big room. There's lockers on the side on the side of a wall. There is a cell, it's not quite a cage, but it's not quite like a cell in our world. What our world would be, it's basically made out of junk in the corner where you could hold a suspect if so needed. You've never needed to in all your time here, but you have that if you want it. And in the middle of the room are your 2 subordinates. So there's Barry. Barry was a raider. He is now trying to be better. And there is Francis. Francis was a security guard in Vault 97. If you had to summarize him, your observations have basically told you that he is pleasant but dumb. And they are currently screaming at each other. So Barry's saying, "You keep turning off the lights, alright, when I'm out there, and the bloatfly almost took my fucking eye out." Then Francis says, "You're always going on about the fucking bloatfly. It's a bloatfly. You were a raider. You used to hunt people. Why is a bloatfly a massive problem for you?" And the argument sort of escalates and escalates from there. What would you do? What would you like to do?
Well, Roman is going to do what he normally does and put his hulking figure between the conflict. All right, girls. What the fuck are you 2 on about this time?
Can you give me a strength athletics check?
Yes. That's 1 success.
Okay. So as you do that, you sort of time it quite badly, well, quite well from another way, because Barry, as you slip your way in, Barry lets off a punch and lands on your shoulder, and you take 1 hit point's worth of damage. Oh god, I'm sorry, boss. Oh, I didn't mean to hit you. I was going for Francis's stupid fucking face.
Barry.
Yeah, boss?
You're my second. You're basically the fucking sheriff here. Under me. You need to set a goddamn example.
Yeah, but I don't want to be the sheriff. Why? I don't want you to go.
I get that, but you're not a child. I don't have to hold your hand all the time. Maybe to me you're a child, but you're a grown fucking man.
Oh, okay. Francis comes round and says, "Is that what this is about? You're just upset that the boss is going?"
He's always upset when I leave. What the fuck do you expect?
Barry's looking at the floor. I don't know. You taught me how to be nice. I didn't know that was a thing you could do before you came along, boss.
Look, Barry. I didn't teach you anything you didn't already have in you. I just brought it out. You're a good man, Barry. You'll be fine without me. That's why I've made you my second.
Barry immediately bursts into floods of tears and hugs you.
Okay, he's not used to hugs. He's going to do like the awkward holding his hands out and then slowly just, while trying not to crush Barry, just pat his back.
Francis just says to you, "Just like I taught you, boss, you're doing it. You've got hugging down."
I'm trying. Last time I almost crushed your ass.
So on that, we're going to rush along and actually get the other players into the game now. So over the course of the afternoon, word comes in from Bartholomew at Utilities and tells and the message goes through to Barry that says basically collect as many guns as you can to spare to give to the crew that's coming round. Augusta and Jade arrive, and Barry is going through all the guns with them, showing them what they could spare and what ammo goes with what, and generally going over the ammunition and everything. And Roman, you've basically reconnoitered to your corner. You've got a chair there. You're sitting down on your chair, and Geraldine walks up to you. And she's holding 4 baseball grenades, and she hands them to you. And you notice that each one has a letter on them, or a symbol. One of them says I. One of them is a heart. One of them is a U. And one of them is an R. What would you like to do?
I pull her into my famous bear hugs.
She squeezes back as hard as she can, which is almost nothing to you. Like, it is barely anything. But it's like the most she could do. She looks up into your eyes and just says, "Baby."
Can I roll to understand that one?
Yes, you can.
Please let this work.
Remember, you have action points you could spend to do rerolls and add extra dice.
I got 2 successes. I don't really have
Yeah.
to reroll that one
No,
that time.
and you needed 2 successes for that. This is very clearly her saying, "Come back alive. We have got a lot of unsaid things to say."
You know me. I always come back when you least expect it. And don't worry. I keep my promises. You know that.
Alright, now's a good time to actually get everyone into the game now. Because that is basically, Roman has been introduced. Roman has entered the game. So, at this point, Roman,
And Roman
Jade...
has a ghouly love interest, apparently.
Well, I mean, you could have turned it down. Like, that was that was one of the options. Like, I did not know how
He's
that was going to
lived
go.
so long, he doesn't care.
So, Roman, Augusta, and Jade are in the security building. You have just collected all of the weapons that you're going to be using, that you can collect from the town. Freddie, you are currently in the bar you have just collected all of the food. At this point in town, there isn't really that. You've pretty much been everywhere on your rounds around town before you leave, except the school. And that's about it, really. So, what would you like to do? Oh, by the way, when you're ready to leave to start your journey, just head to Micah Hall, and that will be where you say your final goodbyes and head off into the wilderness. But, you know, if there's anything you want to do before you go, now's the time.
I believe you said, what is his name? Zebediah or something? Zebedee.
Zebedee.
He is the water maintenance? He is. Okay.
Yeah, she is like the utilities queen. She runs everything in utilities, including the water.
Okay. I actually have a friend's name whose son is called Zebedee. That's why I'm confusing. But
oh yeah, well the story behind her name is that she read it in a book and she really liked it, so she just took it as her name when she became ghoulified. She didn't know it was a guy's name.
That's perfectly fine. I'm just saying that's where I was making it. So, all right. He's going to take a piece of equipment over to her, and it is something he found while traveling last time, and it's for water purification. It's a part of a robot. I can't remember what it's called. I got it on Roll20 here. Let me find it. In the gear. The integrated boiler mod that usually goes with any of the Mr. Handies. So, okay, that would be useful for his. He's just leaving it with him, so he has something to use, maybe to help sterilize the water, because they're worried about it.
Right. Hey, Freddie! Wow, everyone's coming around here today.
You're a popular person looking for the water you're filling up, but. Here, this might help you out to keep some of the stuff sanitary in case we don't make it back. I don't know if you can hook this up to... It's from a Mr. Handy. Found it last time I was out trading.
She looks at the part and says, you know, well, this would be of use. This would definitely be of use with the RoboDoc.
Okay, but I was hoping... Well, yeah, if we can get him to install this into him, he can maybe make some purified water, at least be useful. I heard about how he was trying to give some psychology stuff to... So, what's his name? And just attitude. But he probably deserved it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely take this over to medical later on and try and give it a thingy. Where'd you get this?
Scavenged it out of some old warehouse last time we were out.
Well, you know, these days every bit of junk helps.
It looked to be a whole piece, so here, go ahead. If we can't get the water fixed, we can at least have something to purify it a little at a time.
That's a good plan. That's a good plan. Like, I mean, the water is the big one. Like, you know, if a lot of the other stuff, junk around here, like starts to fail, we could probably find a way around it without the water purifier.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Between that and food, if we can get some farming going, I don't know if that'll help. We don't have much for irrigation, but I've seen some of the communities try.
We got some good farm stuff going on. It's just seeing if we could find ways around certain bits of equipment in the hydroponics. If that starts to break down, but you know what? I think we're going to be okay food-wise for a while. But hey, I did want to say before you went, like, can you look out for Augusta? Make sure it doesn't do anything stupid like get shot in the face or something.
I will try to keep her from trying to butt in and get her face shot off.
Yeah, like if she's going to get shot anywhere, like let it be like the arm or a leg.
I will let her know that you're concerned with her and that she should only allow herself to be shot in the arm or leg.
That'll be good of you. Thank you.
Excellent.
Like
excellent.
She's not like, I mean, yeah, she was out on the road with us all that time, but you know, she's not as experienced in the world as you are.
Yeah, some experiences you don't want though. So hopefully we can keep things going. But yeah, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go run over and get my list of books. School marm once.
All right, safe journey, friend. See you soon, hopefully.
Yep. I hope we all make her back.
And
If
remember,
not, just
it's the S742U board, all right? Don't bring back an S7421U, because that's a completely different thing.
okay. So a U-boat sub something or other. Does Augusta know?
I know you're mocking me, and I'm going to let it slide this time because you're about to go on a very life-threateningly dangerous adventure journey thing. But any other
Honestly,
time, you'd get a
did
spanner
not
in the
remember
face.
as he walks around. Honestly, I didn't remember. He rattled them off so fast; they just sounded like one.
So you said you were heading over to the school?
Yeah, I'm just gonna head over to school, get the book list that she always wants from me. But that's
Okay.
end of his day, and I'm assuming she's gonna. I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
Barbara.
A bunch of stuff. Barbara, yeah.
Just to keep things moving, you walk in. Barbara's the only one that's there. The school hasn't been let out. Barbara's just there, just tippy-tapping on her Pip-Boy. She just says, "Hey, Freddie. So I'm glad you came by. The kids wanted to give you something."
Okay, but if you can send me a list on the Pip-Boy here, we'll see what books I can find for you. If you're specific.
Well, old Tallman had a word with me, and you need to focus on the God board. That's what you need. But if you happen to find any big book of sciences out there, on your way, that would be a big help. If we find
anything, I will definitely bring back any books or magazines to read. Nothing else we can pass them around and entertain the people here besides watching the plants grow out there.
Well, we've got the bar. Occasionally Carl comes up with a new concoction of chems, and that's always funny to watch. I myself don't partake in chems, but when he cracks like a new version of Jet or something, that is hilarious for me to watch. So that's as good as any old holotape from back in the day.
Yeah, but he doesn't. But books educate you. At least that's what I've been told by you several times.
Absolutely. We all, you know me, I'm always bothering you for books, but this is the one time I really don't want to, because this is big deal. Like, nobody can read if they can't drink.
That makes no sense.
Well, dehydration. You get dehydrated, it's harder to concentrate.
Oh, I thought you were talking back at the bar with the chems.
No, I mean, I'd imagine that the chems and the booze would probably make it harder to read things, but that's not a problem the children have. The children tend to be teetotal as a thing.
Right, but we're getting. I will look for the books. Is there anything else you need? Chalk, blackboard. He looks at the bare walls.
The thing that this town needs most is you coming back safely.
We will make sure the God board comes back.
And it should come back with you.
I will,
because I intend to bother and pester you with many requests for books over the many years to come.
I hope I get to read them and you get to teach all the children and the many more to come. But this delay, is there anything else before we go? Because I'm heading out. We only got a couple hours before we're going to head out. So if you think of anything, send it our way.
Good luck.
Thank you. You also. And he heads back out towards his own residence and prepares for the leaving, whenever that may be.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything in town? Augusta, Jade?
I got a little thing to do. I'm going to pop back to my residence and gather up some clothes and stuff, just the last bits of packing. I'm hoping Harry's going to be around. So as I come into the house, I'm kind of going, Harry, are you here? You coherent?
He's in the front room. He is actually more coherent. He'd just done a bit of a wake-up dust. So this is probably the most coherent you've seen him in a while. He just says, Augusta, they cut me off.
Oh, well, maybe that's not a terrible thing.
Maybe not, but, on the way back I did hear about the situation with the fabricator, so if there's ever a time to cold turkey quit drinking, this is the weirdest time to do that.
Yeah. It might be worth a go, though. See how it goes. Take it as like an opportunity.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Look,
Just
have you heard
me
about
and my phone.
that there's a group of people going out to try and help fix the issue with the fabricator?
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's so good. Who's going?
Well, me and a few others.
You?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going to be away for a few weeks, probably. I need you to know some stuff. We're going to be at Vault 88. It's over near Quincy. I think by the quarries, but I've not been over there, so I don't know for sure. But that's what I heard. We've both come from like a vault background. You know how it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know where all my stuff is around here. If I'm not back within 4 weeks, I want you to take my stuff and I want you to come and get me.
Okay. How will I find you?
Pit Boy, best way.
All right. If
Near
I don't hear
Quincy.
anything from you in 4 weeks, I'll head to Quincy.
Or take some other people with you, maybe. But like, I'm leaving this with you. If we're not back, this town is in deep shit.
All right.
Those vacuum tubes have only got like 5,000 hours. They'll be done in 6 months.
Okay.
Okay.
This is absolutely going to test my newly lumbered with sobriety, but absolutely.
I think you're up to it. If you can get out of a vault and survive long enough to get here, you're the only person I trust in the town to be able to leave the town and at least try.
All right. But if you get the chance, radio into Zebedee or something via Pip Boy. Let us know that you're still alive. If I don't hear
If
from
I can
you,
find a way to signal you, I will signal you.
all right. Okay. I got this, Augusta, and you've got this. If there's anyone
It's
who's
gonna
going to
be
be able to
fine.
work this shit out, it's going to be you. You're the smartest person I know.
As long as we can
Except
stay
Zebedee.
alive till we get there. I mean, Zebedee's amazing. But
And
Zebedee...
Old Tallman.
like-
Old Tallman's smarter than you.
Oh, yeah, of course. But like, he's been on the Earth for years.
And
years and years.
Jade's better at medicine than you. He's smarter than you in that
obviously.
way.
Okay, I
And
think we're
Roman's
getting
better
off
at
the point
fighting
here.
than you. I'm sorry, you're right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've all got our qualities, and that's why the team are going.
Alright. Well, okay.
Harry, take care of yourself, okay?
I will, and you do too. And if I don't hear
Yeah.
from you, I'm coming to get you.
Okay, good. I'm going to take a small bag of stuff that I've got, and I'm going to walk towards the Mika Hall.
Alright, so Augusta's at Micah Hall. Jade, what are you doing?
I think I've cleared up everything I needed to last time, actually.
Alright, so I guess you're heading to Micah Hall.
Yeah.
Sweet. Jordan. Sorry, you're Roman. Jordan's your human name. Roman, are you done, or do you need to go anywhere else? Or are you heading over to Micah Hall?
I'm pretty much heading to Micah Hall after leaving Geraldine.
So she's standing at the door of security, just waving. A few tears going down her face. You didn't know that ghouls could cry, but they can.
I didn't know that. Before I do go, I will leave her with my brother's pocket watch.
Okay, she takes it, and she knows what this means to you. You explained this before, late at night in the bar, you've all been drunk, you've talked about your brother. She just says...
My brother Nero, yes. Just keep me in your thoughts. I'll be back. But, you know, you never know. Give me a second to fucking roll.
One
That was
success.
one.
Okay, so you've kind of... You need a 2 to get the full meaning, but you kind of get the feeling that she's saying, I'll be here when you get back. There's more to what she's saying than that, but that's kind of the gist. That's the general direction of what she's saying.
Mm-hmm. And as he walks away, he's just like, Barry, your dumbass is in charge until I come back.
Yes, boss. Absolutely. I promise that no rad scorpion will touch these walls. Unless I'm asleep. Or busy. Or doing a poo.
All right. Didn't have to say that last one. But it wouldn't be the first time I've fought while shitting, so you can do it too.
I love it. I love it.
And with that, he just leaves. Not going to indulge that weird-ass comment anymore.
Alright, so you head over to Micah Hall. That's 3 out of 4. Freddie, I assume you're heading over to Micah Hall once you've wrapped things up at your house.
Yep, he'll grab everything and then Tumu and head on over. So.
Okay, so you and Tumu are walking through the streets, and you don't need to roll for this. You get a distinct impression the word is out. The town's in shit, and there's a group of people going, and a few people are staring at you because they know that you're one of the people going. So word is spreading around town at this point about what is going on. So you all arrive at Micah Hall, you walk in to the main hall, and old Tolman is standing there. No, wait. He's not standing. And he's sitting and he's reading a book. And he looks around and he puts the book down and says, "So you off then?"
No time like the present. We can get a few hours before sunset.
Make like a tree and leave.
Make like a tree and leave. Oh, like a leaf that is on a tree. I read about leaves. That is funny. Ha 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 ha. Well, anyway. This is where you would probably expect me to give you a big inspirational speech. But I'm not going to do that because you all know the stakes. Just go out, get it, get back here as fast as you can and as safely as you can. You understand? You're all needed in this town. Let's go. I'll walk you to the gate. So old Tolman stands and he leads you out of Micah Hall and you walk towards the gate. And as you get to the gate, the sides of the pathway are lined with people. Word has now got out. Everyone knows that you are going. Everyone knows why you're going, and everyone knows that you're not going to be back for a while. So essentially the whole town has turned out by the gate. Everyone's being weirdly silent. They don't know whether to cheer or what. Like, they've not done this before. It's like a lot of people just thought, it'd be really nice if we all turned out for these people who are leaving. But then they've got there and they have no idea what to do. So what would you like to do with this, the whole town staring at you?
Well, I know what Roman's doing as he's walking through. I know at least, hopefully, a couple of you have seen this. He's just, as he's walking, he's just gonna like go like this.
Well, fist in the air.
Yeah, breakfast club.
You see a few people in town do the same thing, just like, well, this is probably why we're here. So they just go like, yeah, like that. And what was supposed to be a really touching moment is mostly awkward. I'm not going to lie, it's mostly a really awkward way to start your adventure, but it is what it is. So you make it to the gate, and old Tolman says, like, signals to Francis for Francis to open the gate. The big gate just goes, and you see the road ahead of you.
As they're sitting there getting ready to walk out the gate, Freddie's going to turn around and speak to the people.
Awesome.
We will be back
Okay.
with what we need. Please try to stay strong and help each other. Make sure there's some place for us to come back to.
Give me a charisma speech roll.
Oh, he's pretty good at that. How do we do this charisma? I should automatically do it.
Oh, damn. So if you got a thing where a 2 is a critical as well when it comes to speech things.
I don't know if I have that perk. I got the smooth talker, which allows me to re-roll if I need to.
Well, you got 3 successes from 2 rolls, so I'm guessing you've got some perk somewhere that is making you super good. So that is exceptional. So what do you say to these people on top of what you just said? Something that would really, really push them over the top.
Oh, don't put me on the spot like this. Just be good to each other and work together. That's the base to survive. You know, don't try to be a hero. Work together. You will survive longer. That sort of thing. We're going to be gone for a while. I'm trying to give them encouragement not to wander off and leave and so forth. So that's his intent. Words of encouragement.
Okay, so
Tim is lousy at it, but Freddie's great at it.
He's telling
Fair
them
enough.
not to burn the city down and not to give me any more work to come back to.
Yes.
So you hear somebody in the crowd say, "You hear what he said? We'll survive longer if we're not dicks to each other." Another person says, "Yeah, that's right. Let's not be dicks." And then throughout the crowd, one by one, like group by group, you hear the chant, "Let's not be dicks. Not be dicks. Not be dicks."
Freddie
And that's
shakes his head and turns around and just, it's not exactly what I said, but okay.
Don't worry about it. It's better than the silence. That was fucking awkward.
Oh, God, yeah. I still don't get the fist in the air thing, but okay.
Yeah, it reminded me of something I saw in a book once, but let's not talk about that.
At this point, the chants have turned from that to a very basic Edinburgh, 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 Edinburgh. Old Tolman's just looking around, just really confused, just turns to you and says, "Okay, now's like the best time for you to go."
Yeah, we should absolutely
Yeah,
go
I
right
guess.
now.
Shut that
Take
door,
care,
Jack.
Tolman. We'll be in touch. If I can find a way to signal you, I'll signal you.
Go get them, guys.
Follow the road away from town towards Quincy. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so you're officially on the road. So as as Freddie has said to you, it's about a week's journey. And I've been thinking of ways how to play this, and we'll get into more of those things in a later time, but because just to keep it simple, you walk and you camp, and you walk and you camp, and after 6 days of this, and please make sure that you remove 6 days worth of food and water from your supplies to signal that you have been eating and drinking and sleeping. On the 6th day, it's in the middle of the afternoon, and after 6 days of walking around some really rocky terrain sometimes you think you're walking on a path, but really it was just it probably was a path at one point 200 years ago, but now it is very much not. Freddie guides you through all of the ways through the landscape towards the Commonwealth Wasteland, and you are about a day away from Quincy after 6 days on the road. And faintly in the distance, you hear yelling from a male. Probably
I
human.
hate the wasteland. Ever since I first got out of the vault, it's never been a good time.
Well, we should move cautiously. Nothing. If it's a big monster, at least they'll keep it distracted as we move along. Raiders, same thing.
It could also be a trap if we're not careful.
So we're avoiding it.
Well, observe more than anything. See if we can get somebody close. But I'm not going to go charging in at something screaming. There's a reason they're screaming.
I mean, if it's something we can handle, I'd say we try, but there's no need to pointlessly risk our lives.
Okay, so it sounds like you want to move forward, right?
Move forward and see if we can see something, but somewhat cautiously so we hopefully don't get seen. That sort of thing. But
okay,
I don't know how a big Brahmin, a guy in a kind of a suit, and a few other things are going to be stealthy. So
you approach the sound of the scream, and as it gets louder, you can isolate that it is basically one guy. And he's yelling words, but you can't really make them out until you make it to a bit of a ridge in the landscape. And you can see that pre-war, this area was a football field, an American football field. So on either end, you've got these big, whatever they're called in American football, I don't know what they're called.
Goalposts.
Goalposts. That seems so obvious when you say it like that. Don't judge me, I'm British. So it's basically
yes, we don't have any goalposts in Britain.
No, we don't. That's a very uniquely American thing. Don't tell them. Shut up. So you approach and you see in front of you on the field of football that is no longer a football field, really. There is a human guy in leather, and he is surrounded by 8 rad roaches. And he occasionally uses some kind of weapon to push them away. And he's currently yelling, "You can't punish me! I did that to myself for years! And nothing hurts more than the punishment you give yourself!" What do you do?
Do I recognize this voice?
You kind of do, but you don't know because you're a bit far away.
Okay.
I don't know. We should help him, but also I feel like if we leave it alone, the problem's going to solve itself.
I mean, look, if it's who I think it is, I could be completely wrong. But either way, if we help him or not, the problem always solves itself with him.
I mean, do we start drawing guns?
You want to run in and help?
I don't know about running in. What do you think we should do, Roman?
I mean, Doesn't hurt to try. If it gets too hairy, we can always just back out.
It should be good. And how big is his hand?
Rad roaches, in your experience, are probably about the same size as a skateboard,
Small dog.
give or take. Like, yeah, about the size of a dog, but they're a lot flatter. Yeah, they're not huge, but you know, they are. There's a lot of them. That's the thing. And there's only one of this guy who may have been fighting them for several days at this point. Like, you don't know for sure, but yeah.
We could probably take.
Yeah.
Save the ammunition.
True.
I think.
He just whips out his
We
big
can
board.
Okay. Sounds like you're going in.
And Jade is going too, with his machete.
Freddie, can I just grab that baseball bat off the tomb you?
Oh, there. It's anything off the thing that's there, go ahead and grab it. Freddie's just going to stay there and pet Tumu and the Brahmin. Watch. Make sure he doesn't wander off.
I feel like I know exactly who this is. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if I'm right.
Alright, so you're going into combat. First combat, everyone! Woohoo! So I'm going to change things over so people can see. And I'm going to reveal the field of battle to our players.
Not the field of battle.
Okay, so this looks a bit strange. I need to talk you through this a bit. So Fallout, the combat system, it's not based on like in most of them, it's like a grid and you move a certain amount, like in Dungeons and Dragons. It's a grid. You can usually move like 30 feet. Each square is like 5 feet. It's not like that. This is zones based. So during your turn, you can do a major action, which is like an attack and various other things that are listed in the rule book. But as a minor action, you can move. So you can move between spots. So I'm going to say that you are starting off the fight. Jade, you're in that zone. Augusta, you're in that zone. Freddie, you're going to be in the same zone as Jade. And Roman, you're going to be there. So does that make sense to you?
Not seeing anything that you're doing on screen
Same
with
here.
your icons. Make sure you're on the right layer with them.
Oh. Which layer do I need to be on so you can see what I've just done? Because I've just revealed everything.
Yeah, I can see the map, but I don't see your any of the text or numbers, the J's. That must be on your GM layer. Make sure you're on the
Okay.
token layer. Move them to the token layer or take them off and reapply them to the token layer.
Right, so how do I move? Oh, wait, hang on. Change layer. Boom. Oh, there we go. Thank you. I'm learning all the time. So you should be able to start seeing them all now. Are you seeing them all?
Yeah.
Okay, that should be all of them. So your characters are tokens that are like Roman, you're Roman Holiday, RH, Augusta, you're Augusta Byron, AB, Freddie Holmes, FH. Jade, just Jade, so J. In the middle, there's the mystery person. And surrounding them are the rad roaches. Freddie, you are first.
Muted.
Let's unmute. Yep, I caught that.
Sorry.
So this is me here. I'm correct at reading your initials. I got one rad roach right here in front of me.
So when you're
Yep.
in a zone, you can hit anyone in the zone. You don't need to be next to anyone in the zone. If you're in the zone, it is assumed that you can hit them with a melee weapon, if that's what you're thinking.
No, he would not be using a melee weapon. He would basically, he's not going to do anything but prevent it from getting on him and the other thing, because he has no melee weapon and he doesn't want to use his ammunition because he's limited on how many he has.
Okay, so you delaying an action?
Delaying an action to see what happens. So, till the end of the round, if that's all right. Then he would take his action depending on others.
Absolutely. Okay. So in that case, Roman.
Yes. Let's see. I would like to move closer to this supposedly unknown figure.
Okay, as a minor action, you can move into the same zone as the unknown figure, if that's what you want.
Yes.
As you approach, you immediately recognize him as Stupid Jim. He's wearing more clothes than you remember him.
And not the
He's
gimp
actually
suit
wearing
that he was
clothes
in.
instead of straps. But it is very much Stupid Jim. And as he pushes
Jim?
he pushes a rad roach away and just says, "Roman?"
You masochistic little shit, how have you been?
I was trying not to be whatever that long word means, little shit. I was trying to be good, and now I'm being eaten.
It means you like pain, dumbass. Alright, I'll help you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So you still have an action left. The way it works is that, like, this is a flat surface. This was a football field. So there's no cover. But there's also nothing getting in the way of any shots you want to take. So if you wanted to shoot one of the rad roaches, you could probably reach any of them that you can see.
Well, Tim did say, Freddie did say to conserve ammo. So I probably should have just moved closer to a rad roach instead.
Hey Jordan, are you still awake?
I mean, it makes sense. You walked up to the person you kind of recognized. That does make some sense.
Sorry about that.
If you want, you can delay your action, and if a rad roach approaches you, you as a reaction could hit it. That's a thing you could do.
That's what I'll do. I'll guard Jim and hold my action to whack the fuck out of a rad roach with my board.
Okay, so Augusta, it's your turn.
I have to unmute. I'm going to take the baseball bat that I've just taken from the Tumu, and I'm going to go for RR1 with it.
All right, you're going to go for the rad roach in front of you. Go for it.
Mm-hmm. Melee?
I think in this case you click on the... let me have a
on
quick
the
look.
brooch.
If you click on your character sheet on the weapon...
Shit, sorry. Just trying to move my character sheet and just roll for initiative like you do. Right, sorry. Clicking melee on the character sheet. No additional dice.
Oh, it's supposed to do it like, one sec. I'm going to be showing off a little bit of how the sausage is made. Yeah, if you... That's right. Okay, click on the weapon that you want to use. And if you want to spend any action points on extra dice, you can.
I might do that. I'm clicking on the weapon and all it's doing is opening the details about the weapon.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, you need to do it on core?
Got you. Down. Oh, okay, that weapon isn't on there. I will use the switchblade instead for the sake of speed. And I will use one action point. I think we've got a couple of spare.
Oh, you did it. You've hit.
Oh, no.
You got a hit.
Okay.
You got a success.
I'll leave it then.
So, if you roll for damage, there should be in that place. Oh wait, how many damage? Yeah. Okay. So on the sheet, if you click next to on the switchblade, there should be a little blue Vault Boy symbol. That's the damage dice. So if you click that. All right. You hit for 2 damage. So that was Rad Roach 1. I'm now starting to see the flaw of sharing the screen. This is a learning experience. How many was that? Just pretend you can't see any of that. Everyone who's watching at home.
We just need more screens.
Yeah, I just need more screens, is what that is. Okay, so if that's your go. Okay, it's my go. So I'm going to hit Jade with a bite.
I'll bite back.
One hit. Jade, you take 1 radioactive damage.
I mean, good thing we're immune to radiation and poison, right?
Yeah. I am pretty sure.
Yeah, as mutants, we're immune to radiation.
Yeah.
In that case, you
Probably
take no
the physical
damage.
damage we wouldn't. Is there no physical damage to it?
Not to this one. This is
Interesting.
this particular Rad Roach. You notice is glowing.
Oh, so it's a super rad roach.
Mighty.
You don't know
Tiny
that for
but
sure.
mighty.
It's just it's a glowing Rad Roach.
Interesting.
All right, so now it's Stupid Jim's turn. Stupid Jim is just seen Jade get bitten at, and just goes, "Hey, you leave Roman's friend alone!" Runs over, and
God damn it, Jim.
hits it with a tire iron. That is a whole bunch of hits. Good old Dungeon Master me gets a few more action points. Well, that's the point. How many action points do you have as a team, everyone?
5 right now, right?
Yeah, that's what I got. You know, I'm going to use these extra successes add an extra 2 damage dice. So Stupid Jim runs over and just smashes the shit out of this glowing rad roach and just says, "Take it! Take the crying god's pain! Not the crying god, take the screaming god's pain!"
The crime god.
The crying god is actually a god from Dungeons and Dragons. So yeah, that rad roach is looking particularly fucked up. And it is now... Jade, it's now your go.
Yes. And it looks like the one in my space is still alive, even though Jim smashed the shit out of it.
Yes, it is still alive.
Yes. Then I will try and hack at it with my machete. Let's see if I... Additional dice? No, it shouldn't. Then why won't it? There? Maybe? No. You said core, right? And click the weapon.
Yeah, on core at the bottom in like a purple box. If you click on the weapon name, that'll do a to hit.
Then it just says, it comes up with a box says input value additional dice.
That's if you wanted to spend action points to spend extra dice.
Yeah.
So you could see it to
Just put
hit.
cancel through.
If you don't want to add any, just click OK and it should do it.
It says submit or cancel.
Boom, you did it.
Oh.
You got a success. So roll your damage die by clicking on the blue thing at the bottom and let's see what you did to it.
There.
3 physical damage. Okay, so you run over, you slam it with the board, and it's still alive. At this point, it's had, you know, Stupid Jim wailing on it and you wailing on it. This is a tough little thing.
Just a question. When it says the effects,
Piercing.
Piercing, yes.
Let me look that up. I don't think that makes any difference at this point, but let me just look it up.
And
if the rad roach doesn't have armor, it's an armor. If it just subtracts 1 from their armor, it'll pierce to 1 level of armor, so it doesn't affect it.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah,
for
at this
certain
point,
armor will reduce the damage. So.
Okay.
Okay, so it is now the rad roach's turn. The rest of them. So here we go. Okay. 7's going to head over to you, Roman, and it's going to take a bite out of you. And misses. You manage to step out the way of this slow-moving, shitty rad roach. So next it's this rad roach is going to head over to you, Roman, and take another bite. That is also a miss. So Roman, you're just basically dancing, avoiding lots of biting rad roaches on the spot. Okay. Another one's going to try and bite you, Roman.
We need to get Roman some like rad roach anti-attraction spray.
Roman, you take no damage. It hits you, but it doesn't get through your It doesn't get through any of your armor. So you're good. Right. Who's next? Augusta, a Radroach is going to try and bite you. I need to figure out a better way of doing this. And the Radroach misses. Another one's going to try and bite you, Augusta. That one also misses. And the last one is going to try and bite you. Okay, Augusta, you take 1 radioactive damage unless you have armor that can help you out. Okay.
I do not. Just the default suit.
All right, so you take 1 radioactive damage. Freddie, it's your turn.
All right, seeing that the swarm's going over the dock. No, that's the wrong one. AB, that's Augusta. Freddie's going to draw his laser gun and shoot at one of them that is over here. Or would he have to move first? Not sure on the zone situation here.
Where you are, your gun can reach all or everyone. So if you wanted to shoot, which one are you shooting?
I just want to say, I'm sorry. I'll aim for number RR3.
Okay.
All right, and let's see if I got this. I would like to try to use. Can I use some action points?
Absolutely.
Reroll. I'm asking the rest of the people.
Sure.
So I'm going to use 1 additional die. That one would have hit. And roll damage.
Okay. How much did you hit that for?
I hit it for 3 energy damage, 1 piercing, but I also got 2 effects.
What are the effects?
I don't know. You have to randomly determine them.
Oh.
Because I got the little face things.
Right, okay. Let me just have a quick look. I read the whole combat chapter this afternoon. This part is new to me. Well, probably not that new. Damage effects trigger. Okay. Does your gun have any damage effects? Because that's what that means.
Well, +1 piercing.
Okay, in that case, what was 3
So
becomes 4 hit point. Yeah, okay.
And I had 2 of them. So
2 shots.
2 effects. I don't know if you double them.
I don't think so. But yeah, okay. This thing is looking pretty fucked up. It's very close to death. So that's your go.
And that's his turn.
Okay. Roman.
Still awake, Roman.
Jordan.
Shouldn't that
Didn't
Effect-
realize both were muted. Okay.
So you got 3 rad roaches around you. What would you like to do?
Rad scorpions would be a bitch to deal with. Let's see. I guess let's go ahead and whack the fuck out of them, shall we? It's 3 successes.
I think that is a critical hit. Let me just double
Fuck
check
yeah.
what a critical hit does for sure. Okay. Don't suppose anybody knows what happens with the critical hit, do you? I know I'm supposed to know this, but I did read this, but there seems to be... Oh no. Da, da, da.
Gesundheit.
Okay, it's a super thing. Okay, I'm going to say roll an extra damage dice.
Critical hit occurs whenever a character suffers 5 or more damage in one hit. So if he's
Oh, okay, so it's not the number of successes that determines it. Gotcha.
Yeah. All
right, just roll for damage as normal.
Footage. 4 damage.
Okay, which one did you hit again?
I hit 4.
Okay.
And then... Oh, is it down?
Not quite.
Okay, well... Then
Yep.
I'm going to... If I haven't done a critical hit...
No, that was my mistake. I thought it was worked a different way than it does.
Well, if I haven't, then I'm going to use Slayer. And spend
Okay.
one of my luck points.
Alright, and what does Slayer do?
Spend a luck point when I inflict any damage with an unarmed attack or melee weapon. Spend 1 luck point to immediately inflict a critical hit and therefore an injury on the location hit. But does not say where the location was hit. So I guess that just means in general.
Now, this is the thing with rad roaches in the rules. The rules in the book set out that you should highlight a location, but the book doesn't include what locations a rad roach has. So I'm going to have to make that up. People watching, the Fallout rulebook, much like any Fallout game, the rulebook for the Fallout RPG is full of bugs. And this is one of them. I know that there was a table released in the errata, but I don't have access to that at this precise minute, which I should do. First time Game Master, definitely showing now. So I'm going to say that you hit it in the head. Because the head's facing you, he's trying to bite you. And you've hit it in the face and straight up killed it.
Nice.
4 is... I'm going to minimize it and make it smaller. So, yeah, we know that it's dead. So your massive smash with your board crushes its skull. What skull a rad roach can have, and it is very much dead. So, Augusta, that's you.
Too many windows open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you might be able to relate. I'm a bit fed up with this now because I don't like getting bitten with radiation damage. I'm going to switch to my pistol and I'm going to hit this thing and nail it because I've done this many times. I think I only need one bullet to take this thing out. So I'm going to try and I'm going to use VATS and I'm going to aim for the head.
Okay.
So do that and do that.
Only one physical damage. I might have made this combat encounter too hard. I didn't mean to. Because I thought...
No, nobody's taking damage really yet. It's just long. So, don't.
Yeah. Okay. So you shoot it, the bullet goes through its head, and it keeps coming, because there's a rad roach. Hasn't got much of a brain anyway, so it just keeps coming.
Yes.
Okay, so it's my go. I'm going to try and bite stupid Jim. And I miss. So the glowing rad roach tries to bite stupid Jim and gets out of the way. Alright, so that's stupid Jim's turn. Stupid Jim's going to hit the glowing rad roach. With the tire iron. Very much hits. Okay. So stupid Jim just says, "Ah! Ah! I will punish you! Ah!" and smashes the rad roach into dust. And it is, the glowing rad roach is very much broken into pieces all over your feet. Jade, it's your go.
Sorry, I'm here. Oh, yep. So that one is out. What do we have? I am going to move over in the zone with Augusta.
Okay. You can hit any of them you want. Oh, you want to... 1 and 3 have been hit.
Three. Let's see if we can.
You have hit. Okay, so Rad Roach 3 explodes into bits all over your feet.
Nice.
Okay, so to speed this up, I'm basically going to do all of them kind of at once. So... One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2. Okay, Augusta, you get bit, but you take no damage because you can barely get through your boot. Jade, you also get bit on the boot and take no damage because it can't get through your boot. And finally, I'm going to move you there, and move you there. And Freddie, you get bit on the boot, and you also take no damage. I basically did some amazing rolling there where loads of them hit, but none of them could chew through your boot. So now it goes back to Freddie. It's your go. You've currently got one rad roach in your zone. All the other rad roaches are in the zone to your left. Okay.
And
Okay. Cool.
I posted the location.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, so because you all have a Pip-Boy, you all have VATs, so you can call out ahead of time where you'd hit. That's the thing you can do.
Something with...
Yeah. Although actually, yeah, I think it also works with melee, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it works with melee, yeah. So VATs is VATs, it works with everything. So Roman, it's you.
Did we lose him?
So you're right now next to a rad roach in your zone, and all the other rad roaches in the other zone next to your left. Yes. That's enough. Roll for damage. Okay. That's looking pretty fucked up. This is a good learning experience, this one, because I've realised that I put way too many creatures into this one. I apologise, players. That's on me. I'm learning. My first ever fight. Won't happen again.
Oh, now
Yeah. That's the... That can... If I was in your place, I'd find that really fucking annoying. If I was a player in this, I'd be like, oh man, we're not going to die and we've got to go for all this grunt work. So, let me just try and figure out a way to speed this up. But yeah, while I do that, it is Stupid Jim's turn. So Stupid Jim is going to hit the rad roach in front of him whilst yelling out something appropriately weird and sexual. And Stupid Jim kills that rad roach in front of him. because I say so. Okay. Jade, it's your turn. There are 4 rad roaches left. It's all good.
It's my turn now. Question mark. Right. Someone distracted me in chat.
That's what they want to do in chat. That is a hit. You slice up their stupid skin with your machete. Oh, which one were you hitting?
Same as before, I guess.
Rad Roach
Where
2?
am I? Yeah, that's the closest one, so let's do that. 2.
Okay, and it's still up. So now we've got 4 rad roaches to go. I will run through their stuff.
I just realized what somebody was saying in the chat.
Who, me?
Okay, Jade,
Yes,
you take...
you
Unless you're immune, you take 2 radioactive damage.
rat.
Jade?
Yes.
Unless you have any armor on your legs, you take 2 radioactive damage. Unless you are immune to
No.
radioactive damage.
I'm immune to radioactive damage because I'm a mutant.
I think I'm the only one
Alright.
taking radioactive damage today. So far. It's tough. You lose a hit point and you can't get it back.
You got some rat away somewhere, eventually.
Is Freddie
Yeah.
also immune to rad damage?
Rat, I haven't been attacked
It's
yet.
just not getting hit. That's the key.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I don't think super mutants are immune to radioactive damage. I know the ghouls are. I don't think mutants are.
Yeah, I believe they are.
Ghouls
Let me
and
go look.
mutants are immune to radiation and poison.
Okay. Immune to poison, at least.
I remember reading about the radiation.
Remember
immunity.
it as radioactive too. Okay, maybe it's poison, but
Here, let me.
Super mutants are immune to radiation and poison damage.
Oh. Okay.
Due to their forced evolution.
Well, at least we got.
Well, there we go.
At least I got a lovely upbringing in a vault.
All right. So Jade, you take no damage. You take no damage, and Augusta, you take no damage. So yeah, okay. That's the Rad Roach's turn. We're now back up to Freddie.
Same thing. I am going to target the same one I did before, which I believe is number 6.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to deduct the ammo on that one, so that's one down. Last shot. So let's go again.
Currently, yes.
You hit.
I
And you
did 5
destroy
damage.
it.
critical.
Yeah, so
That was Rad.
Good
That was
job.
2, was it?
I did 5 energy damage, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't affect, so it had a 1 piercing.
Oh yeah, you definitely kill it. It's just which one? Is it Rad Roach 2? Rad Roach
The one
2
I
is...
previously fired at, I believe that was. Sorry, I have stuff
6.
on my way. 6. That was
Okay.
this one here.
So I have a feeling that you've definitely killed that one. Yeah, that is a very, very dead Rad Roach. It explodes all over Augusta.
Yeah, I bet it does.
It Okay, when I say things that sound like weirdly sexual to a dirty mind, I'm not trying to do that. That's just what how I talk.
I know you're not.
It's just an added bonus. It's just an added bonus.
It's Roman,
I'm doing that on purpose.
It's your go to try and smash a thing. See, that's what happens when I was trying to sound something like overtly sexual. It just comes off as
Leave
weird.
it.
We're all just a bunch of purrs, but let's continue with the battle.
I just got here.
Ah, cool.
Oh. Was she the one who named the Tumu?
Yep, the oldest one.
Yeah.
Tumu is such a good name for a Brahmin.
Yeah.
Two-headed cow,
So-
Tumu.
That was Freddie's.
Yeah, it's now Roman's turn. Roman, you're currently in a zone where there are no live rad roaches. There are
Yes.
3 alive rad roaches next to you, though.
So, yeah, there's 3 over here, right? In this
Yeah.
area. Well, there's 4, but let's see. I'm gonna slide myself into this little spot right here where this dead rad roach is. And then whack 6.
6 is dead.
Down. The
Oh.
small ones are down. The big ones are still up. No pun intended.
You want 1,
Yeah,
2, or
I
5?
bet. Okay, yeah, 6 was still large for me for some reason. Yeah, then I'll whack 2. Ouch, I miss.
Ooh, that is a critical failure.
Oh shit, you're right, because I had a 20.
You
Don't come over
drop
next to
your
me and do a
weapon.
critical
Can you-
failure.
Reroll those.
No.
Nope. Okay.
Okay, yeah, can't use action points to reroll them. That sucks.
You drop your weapon.
That's fine. I'm a living weapon.
You have to pick it up next turn, and that will cost you your action. So essentially, it's you don't get to attack next turn, kind of a deal.
Well, then I guess the board is just on the ground for the rest of the fight because I'm a living weapon.
Yeah. Augusta, it's you.
I had such a disappointing time with the gun. I'm going to try the switchblade again on 5.
Imagine if you had a butterfly knife.
Imagine.
You hit. All right. Rad Roach 5, was that?
Yes. Also, someone in chat is asking for your voice. I'm hoping they're not Faye.
My voice.
If they were Fae, they'd be asking for your firstborn.
Michelle, they say, I need your voice.
You can't have it. I'm using it. I'm a bit busy at the moment, with my voice. So maybe after the game, all right? Okay, it's Stupid Jim. Stupid Jim is going to run in and do his stupid thing and hit Rad Roach 1 with a tire iron. hits. 4 damage. Radroach 1 is toast. Again. He hits the Radroach with the tire iron and explodes again, seemingly only covering Augusta in Radroach guts. At this point, Augusta is almost covered from head to toe in bits of Radroach. She is not having a good
she's
time.
covered head to toe.
You dropped off for a second there, but I think we got the gist.
Thanks for that. Jade, it's your go. There are 2 Radroaches left.
And I am going for 2. Let's see.
Jacob Tutu.
Nope. Can I take an action point? Is that okay with folks? Yay.
Oh yeah, that is very dead. You have done enough damage to...
Some effects.
Yeah, the effects are what tips you over the edge there, because you have a 3. It has a DR of 1, but then the piercing cancels that out. So yeah, you have very much split this thing in half with your machete.
Nice.
So there's only 1 Radroach left, and he's going to try and bite you, Augusta. It hits, it bites your foot, and it doesn't do any damage because it can't get through your boot. So, Freddie, it's on you. There's only 1 Radroach left.
Freddie takes aim, and I'm gonna use. Can I use a minor action on that? I think there's a minor action called aim.
Yeah.
I believe it gives me 1 additional die or something. I don't have it handy, but
Well, let me have a quick double check. I think you're right.
it's one of the combat actions. Trying to remember to use them.
Aim. Reroll 1d10, d20 on the first attack roll you make this turn.
Okay, so I re-roll if I... Okay. I succeeded.
But you might want to
I reroll-
re-roll that.
Yep,
20.
I'm gonna. I'm just making sure that you're okay with that. All right, re-roll the 20. So that's single 20. There it is. That would have been 2 hits or 2 successes. So we get
Yeah,
our
roll
action
damage.
point back. So 2 energy and 1 effect with piercing. So
Alright, it's dead. It again explodes into a bunch of gunk that covers Augusta. So if you had to look at the crew, everyone's got a bit of Radroach guts on them. But Augusta is very much head to toe covered in Radroach guts.
Why do you hate the vault suit so much?
It's just Michelle who wants to cover you in goo.
I'm sorry, you were standing right next to like many
I could've moved.
exploding Radroaches. I don't know what else I could do in that situation.
Just dumb luck.
So the battle is over, you have been victorious, and stupid Jim is just standing there like, I've been fighting those things off for 3 days. Thank you.
Roman, who's this?
This is Stupid Jim. my ex-jailer back at the Church of Pain.
Oh, this could get even more awkward. Fantastic.
No, I left. The Sisterhood misunderstood the Holy Scriptures.
I mean, I could
You were
have told
part of
you
the
that.
Sisterhood. Sorry,
Yeah,
No,
the
you're good,
Sisterhood
you're
of
good.
Pain, but they got it all wrong.
I've heard of them. There was a whole thing before Edinburgh.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but we were told that if we inflict pain and take pain, then the screaming God would not engulf the world in fire again. But then it occurred to me that maybe the reason the world was engulfed in fire in the first place is because people weren't nice to each other.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So I left, because I'm now nice. I'm going to be nice. Like the reason I'm here, I heard on the radio that these people are in trouble and I'm trying to find them.
You heard what on the radio?
I was scavenging in Boston, right? And I was looking through, and there was a radio, and there was this guy on it who said, "Quincy's in trouble. Come to Quincy and help." So I'm here.
This might be a bigger project than we'd expected.
You saying Quincy's in trouble? You hear Freddie? Yeah, speak over.
Well,
What
that's
kind
what
of
the man on
trouble?
the radio said. But then the second he said that, I started running towards Quincy.
So you didn't listen to see what the... I see where you get your name, my friend.
He said he was in trouble. I wanted to act. Ha ha!
He doesn't think before he acts. Actually, he doesn't think at all, but
He remembers to breathe. I guess that's a good sign.
Yeah, I know how to
Don't.
breathe. I'm stupid, but I'm not dead.
you know what, Jack?
Yet.
I cast manual breathing.
You don't need a roll for that. That is an instant success. Yeah, are you coming to Quincy to help?
We were coming to Quincy. I wasn't sure we were down to help exactly, but
Well, yes, we're on our way to help.
Oh, that's good. Screaming God will be happy. He'll be happy to hear that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And he starts running off towards Quincy.
As we hear him breathing loudly.
I let him
Oh.
continue running as I walk back over to Tumu and pick up the lead. And
I'll go back over as well and I'll put the baseball bat back.
Just
clean that
for-
first so we can sell it.
It'll be easy. It's aluminium.
Just-
We don't have any water for a bath, but here he hands you a towel.
Oh, we can use the radioactive puddles. It'll be fine.
And Jade is of course going to look at everyone and say, "Is everyone okay? Anyone hurt?" All that
Yeah, I
stuff.
seem to be a little bit weaker in feeling than I was. I got one hit here on my lower leg, and it was radioactive, and I'll need to do something with that, but it's not urgent.
We did have some of that radioactive chem.
Yeah, well, let's not wait it yet on just a little bit.
Yeah, there's no
man.
point holding everyone up for it. I can sort it out myself when we camp next.
Yeah.
Yep.
So on that, you walk off behind stupid Jim.
We'd let him run ahead in case somebody else is gonna shoot at us.
Oh,
or
yeah.
something.
So he's running.
You let-
You're
He's our
strolling.
canary.
Right. And I think that's a good place for us to call it for tonight.
Yes.
So yeah,
Excellent.
I've learned a few things about doing fights. Less NPCs. Maybe they've less NPCs but are stronger. I think that's the way
Fewer.
to go. Fewer. That's correct grammatically. So yeah. Thank you for watching,
Stupid Jim is
everyone.
basically Leroy Jenkins sing it for us.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, I think
Sorry.
Stupid
Right.
Jim's better.
Yeah.
I like Stupid Jim more.
He seems to stay alive all this time. He must be made of something thick and rubbery.
Well,
or lots of luck.
Thick and rubbery.
You see, the thing with Stupid Jim is he is very experienced at taking pain, which means he's possibly one of the strongest people in the wasteland. But only that. He can't do much of anything, but he can survive. That's
He's
his
just
thing.
very durable, but not very strong. Got it.
Oh, that's
He
the
can
future of
take
humanity
pain
right
and
there.
he's going to enjoy it at the same time. That's
Maybe.
important.
Maybe.
Pain feeds him.
Hey,
Here I am
Bad
covered in
boy.
bits of insect. The product of an attempt to create a super soldier.
Before we
Yeah.
take off from the field here, is there anything that I would observe around that would be worth looking through to scavenge? Since you said it was an old football field, thinking maybe there's still stands and stadium seats around, or thinking like that. I don't know.
Not really. There's bits of rubble. There's not really
He's
that
got
much.
He's got a trained eye. He's been doing it, so yeah. If he doesn't feel it.
The only thing around there is a whole bunch of rad roach guts that you could maybe scavenge there and see if you can get some meat out of it.
Oh well, we're getting low on supplies because I just went through and clean some stuff up. So yeah. No, he's not going to look for food. He doesn't know how to cook.
If anybody wants
Okay.
to scavenge the rad roaches, now's the time.
I feel like I do the veggie burgers before I do red roaches.
We're down to 7 of those, by the way.
Yeah, I think me and Jade are the only ones who can actually eat the red roaches and be okay.
Oh, if you cook them, they'd probably be alright.
Fair point.
Hopefully. Hopefully they'd be okay if you cook them.
I'm just hoping for like some kind of street food in Quincy.
Well, if Quincy's in trouble, we might have to wait a bit before we're able to try that street food.
Yeah, just remember our goal is to get the God board, not
No,
to help Quincy so much.
Street
Keep that in-
food means something different post radioactive wasteland. It's just food that's on the street.
Yeah.
All right, guys, if we can, I got a house full of people now, so.
Yeah, so in that
Okay.
case, if anybody's got anything to plug, now's the time.
Next Saturday, I believe we have Call of Cthulhu, and followed by Sunday this game again. So
Yep.
I think there might be something on Tuesday. I'm not
You got
sure.
Die
my
on
schedule for-
Tuesday?
Yeah, we got Die on
Um,
Tuesday, so yeah.
Tuesday, yes.
Other than that, I think that's everything. And then on the 29th, we'll have our second episode of Empire.
Nice. Well, in that case, if you liked what you saw, do the subscribe-y, whatever you do all that internet stuff. You click the things, whatever that is. And we'll see you next time on Tales of Myth and Mayhem. Goodbye, everyone.
Ta-ta!
Ta-ta.